my name is Valerie. Today I'm so excited to share with you an enlightening and informative historically inspired book.
Read with Val. Read on, have fun, and dream big.
So this book is called The Partition Project, and it is by Saadia Faruqi. And I rate it a 10 out of 10. Imagine being so tormented and threatened in your own home that you have no other choice but to leave. Well, unfortunately, there are so many cases in history and even now that are similar to situations like this. And this is a story that our main character, Maha, hears about. From who, you might ask? Well, she hears it and learns this story from her grandmother, who she calls her Dadi, and who recently moved from Pakistan to Houston, Texas, where Maha's family lives. At first, Maha was extremely annoyed by Dadi's move, to say the least, because she would have to give up her bedroom, give up so much of her time taking care of her grandma. And also, honestly, her daddy wasn't very caring or loving at first. But when Maha is presented with this project and the challenge to create a documentary on something she's passionate about, she really struggles to find a topic. But that's when her grandma starts talking about her childhood growing up in North India, and also her experience during the partition between India and Pakistan. Intrigued, Maha becomes just a little bit obsessed with the history about the partition, and also gets to learn more about her Dadi in a new and fun way to her. But she becomes a tad bit too obsessed, and this obsession sidetracks all of her other relationships in her life. I enjoy this book because I not only learned so much about the history of the partition, but I also got to connect and relate to the characters in a lot of ways. My own grandparents had very difficult childhoods, and I often ask them about their upbringing and how they were raised. I really enjoy hearing stories about them growing up, especially my grandpa on my mom's side, as he has so many stories to tell. Similar to Maha's Dadi, my grandpa had to leave Indonesia to go to China when he was pretty young. This was because at the time in Indonesia there was a growing hate towards Chinese Indonesians, and they got kind of backlash and honestly hate crimes thrown at them because there was just a growing hatred, and my grandpa's family was kind of the center of that. And so knowing that this really affected their life in a horrible way, my great-grandparents sent the oldest 5 kids to go to China to just farm. And my grandpa was the youngest of the 5 kids. So he was he kind of got the short stick of the whole entire deal. But he went to China by himself with his siblings, but they all went to separate farms, which was extremely hard for him. Very similar to Maha, I was very intrigued and interested in my grandpa's stories growing up, because it's so different from mine, and it makes me also very fortunate and grateful for what I have in retrospect, because my grandparents, some of their stories are really hard, and there were definitely some dark times. As a person on the outside who very vaguely knew what the partition was, this book gave me not just a sense of the partition in general, and how huge and big the whole entire situation was and how many lives it affected, but it also gave me a sense of someone's individual life growing up in the partition. In addition, as a person from the outside sort of looking in, I vaguely knew what the partition was. In 6th grade, I read a book called The Night Diaries, which actually pops up in the book a couple times. And that's where I got most of my background knowledge on the partition. But this book not only gave me a general sense of what it was and the partition as a whole, but it also gave me a very clear understanding of a person's life during the partition and someone's actual experiences and their journey. So overall, I would say it was super enlightening and a very fun and like extremely entertaining way to learn about a very important part of history that I think will benefit all. So I'd recommend this book to kids between the ages 11 through 15, and I hope everyone enjoys. Remember to read on, have fun, and dream big. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!